Tai, let's go back to last year, Temple game. You're having a good season. You know, things are progressing. You're doing a good job running the offense, and then knee injury. How devastating was that?
Yeah, I mean, it was a battle mentally, I think, for me to kind of get past that. I just tried my hardest to kind of help as much as I could throughout the rest of the season. Obviously, I couldn't play. So I think for me, like, the biggest point was to get healthy again, stay on top of my rehab, do stuff to be able to come back and play in the fall if I get the opportunity.
So obviously surgery was successful. I'm guessing you had that like a couple weeks after the injury. Talk about the rehab process. I don't know if you'd ever gone through that before in your football career, but I mean it's a grueling process. It's tough, but if you do it right, you can come back bigger, stronger than ever. Yeah,
I mean I had my right knee injury sophomore year, but it wasn't the same nearly as having surgery on it. So coming back from it, there was definitely days where you're sitting there and you're questioning, like, is it ever actually going to get better? Is it ever going to feel 100%? But you kind of just got to stay with it. Our strength staff, training staff did a great job, just trying to get it stronger and better than it was before. So I think coming out of it, just staying on top of it and being consistent with it was the biggest point of concern for me, to make sure I was consistent throughout the whole time. And I feel like now coming back, it's stronger. I progressed pretty quickly in the rehab process, so I was able to do more stuff faster than was expected. So it was a good sign for me too.
So you weren't able to participate in spring ball, but I understand toward the end of spring ball you were actually able to get out there and do some things just individually. Did you feel like you were ahead of schedule?
Yeah, I think I was ahead of schedule a lot. Before that, I didn't really think I was going to be able to do anything in spring ball. But being able to get out there and throw the ball around, do some mesh with the team, just kind of helped me mentally a lot too, just to be able to feel like I was a part of the team again, rather than just doing rehab in the weight room and stuff like that while they're out there practicing, getting after it.
So not being able to take reps with a new offense being installed, with new offensive coordinator, other new offensive coaches, do you feel like that was a setback? Do you feel like you fell behind?
I don't think it was a setback. I mean, I think obviously you got to have the reps in live to be able to experience the full thing. But I think mental reps and trying to learn the offense on paper is just as important. That was something I was trying to stay strong with, was making sure I was in the playbook, trying to learn it. And do as best I could to kind of like visualize and see it from the outside point of view, rather than getting the reps while I was out there.
So coming back now, you're having to try to battle back on the depth chart. You have to regain your starting job. You were the starter, but you're not anymore. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I think it's great competition. It's awesome. I think battling for a spot brings the best out of everybody, because you have to have a great day each day. All the guys in the room are dudes that we could win with, and so coming out there every day, trying to compete, try to learn from each other is a great feeling. Just being able to be out here, honestly, is a great feeling. So I'm blessed to be able to come out here and practice every day.
So regardless of where you are on the depth chart, can you talk about that fact that you have to be a leader? You're a senior now. You need to be one of the leaders both within your room and the team.
Yeah, I think everyone, regardless of who the captains are, they look at the quarterback to see how things are running, their attitude towards things, and I think trying to feed off each other energy, bringing energy every day to practice, whether you may not feel like you have it, coming out with it to try to get people going, get people feeling like they can rely on you or lean on each other is a huge thing, especially for this offense when practices are tough. You got to look to your left and right, see each other, and try to push through and fight for it. So
you're feeling comfortable with the offense?
Yeah, definitely learning experience. There's battles. You try to take a little shot, take chances and stuff that may not always be the right choice, but I think like each day coming out here, trying to work on it, trying to see things differently, trying to see how Coach Chestnut wants us to view it is a big milestone step. Like each day, trying to come out and just get 1% better at each little thing.
You like the idea of throwing the ball a little bit more?
Yeah, it's fun. It's great. The offense is really fun to learn right now. So it's something new. So it's kind of gets me back to kind of relearning everything and kind of like feeling like I just started the offense again. So it's fun offense to learn.
So after having football taken away for a little bit, you appreciate it all the more? I mean, this is the last go-round for you?
Yeah. I think like they say, you don't know what you have until it's gone. Those last games watching from the sideline was miserable, especially the Army game. Seeing just having to be on the sideline, not be able to help it all hurt me a lot. So coming out, doing workouts and stuff like that. Obviously, there's days where you're tired, exhausted, but you got to kind of look back and reflect and say, like, I couldn't have done this a couple months ago. So kind of take every day with a grain of salt and understand that it's a blessing to be out here each and every day, to come to work each and every day. And whether it's an exhausting day, hot out or not, it's a blessing to be able to come on the field and practice every day.
Well, X, obviously during the spring you were playing lacrosse. You had some injuries, and lacrosse had also prevented you from being involved with spring football, so you didn't did quite as many reps as you would have liked during spring ball. Can you talk about trying to battle back and kind of regain whatever was lost during the spring?
Yeah, I'm not trying to think about it too much. It's football, you know, one play at a time, one day at a time, just trying to each play, each day, each practice, just get myself better. And then along that process, bring everyone along with me. I heard Tai saying, you know, elevate everyone else in the room, right? So if I'm playing at my best, that makes everyone else play to their best. And it just helps the overall room get better at the offense. It's a new offense. You know, a lot of the same stuff, but some variations, some new terminology. So like I said, I'm just focused on getting better one step at a time, and everything else will take care of itself.
So obviously Blake and Teddy got most of the reps, or pretty much all the reps, and Ponder to some extent as well during the spring. Did you feel like not getting as many reps as normal, you know, was difficult, or did you feel like you did a lot of mental reps?
The mental reps is key. I knew it was going to be key going into it, whether I was getting the reps or not getting the reps. Even when I am getting the reps, when I'm not out, I'm always locked in, focused, bringing myself through the situation as it goes on. So mental reps is key, and at the end of the day, you got to control what you can control, right? I couldn't control my injury, but I can control how I move forward from it, and being able to get those mental reps, I think, put me in a better place than I would have been if I decided to just say, oh, you know, I'm hurt, let me slack off. You know, so I'm still there mentally all the time.
So what was summer focused on really getting fully healthy, but did you also do a lot of throwing around with skeleton stuff with the guys, 7-on-7s or whatever?
Yeah, we had a bunch of 7-on-7s throughout the summer. And with the guys, got some extra passing routes in with some of the receivers and A-backs just to get that chemistry going. It was huge for me to get healthy again. You know, I've had to battle injuries here and there throughout the different seasons. And then just get bigger, faster, stronger. Coach K does an awesome job in the weight room. Guys' numbers were through the charts. My numbers were through the charts. After my summer trainings, I came into, you know, the summer at like 173 pounds. I finished at 183, you know, so 10 pounds. I dropped, 3% body fat, all that good stuff. But it was a really good, productive summer for sure.
So coming out here, I mean, obviously you've started a lot of games for this team. You started 2 Army-Navy games. You've, played a lot, and now you're, down on the depth chart and having to try to climb back up. Can you talk about the challenge? I know you always love to challenge yourself, but that's got to be difficult at times when you think about where you've been.
Yeah, it's easy to think about where you've been and where you've come from and how hard you fought to claw up to the top when years ago, right? Mm-hmm. And to see yourself down, that's the mental aspect of it, and that's what people don't always take into consideration about sports. But, I think we take for granted everything. This is a game. A lot of people don't get to play this game. You know what I mean? There's only a small percentage of people that get to play it. And if you get wrapped up in, oh my God, I got to do this, I got to do that, you take away what this is all about. And I think that's the part that I'm trying to control my mind and just have fun. You know what I'm saying? Let loose. Don't stress. Be the best I can possibly be every day and bring guys around me. But if I can come out here and try to have fun every day, I really believe everything else will take care of itself. I really do.
And senior year, it's your last go-around. No matter what, you're going to make sure that's I think this is what you're talking about. Make sure you enjoy this last year.
Yeah, and like you said, it's definitely hard, the mental aspect of it, when you see yourself down on the depth chart and you're climbing back up. I'm not going to deny that. Anyone can say the same thing. But like I said, I've sacrificed a lot, a lot of options and places and times to come and play football here. And if I just let this senior year go to waste by being sour and not enjoying it, I would regret that for the rest of my life. So as tough as it is, sometimes I need my dad to gut check me, when I'm being negative, and I'll take that. But I just want to enjoy this season as much as I can.
Blake, you're getting the #1 reps so far in spring camp. Can you talk about the opportunity before you?
Yeah, just like you said, the opportunity is immense. Just getting the reps with the ones and getting to gel with the guys and sort of getting to lead from the front. It's not always an opportunity a sophomore has to lead, and so it's nice to sort of have that influence. But again, just the experience against our really good defense.
So Coach Newberry's talked about all the 11-on-11 reps you and Teddy got during the spring. How much has that prepared you for this moment? This isn't new anymore. The spring was your chance to really kind of learn and develop, and now you come in here a little more confident, I would imagine.
Yeah. In the spring, it was all about the reps, just getting the reps, getting used to the timing of everything, the speed of how our defense plays and how our offense moves. Now it's about applying what we've learned in film and in meetings and applying that to the field and growing as a player so we can take it to Saturdays and win some games.
So coming off the spring ball, I'm sure you met with Coach Chestnut, Coach Jasper, and they talked to you about what they want you to improve, how they want you to get better. What are some of those things? What has Blake Horvath got to improve upon to be the starting quarterback for Navy?
Just consistency, being a consistent player every single play, every single game, every single day. Making consistent passes, growing as a passer, more efficiency, growing as a leader, really. As a quarterback, you have to have a voice in the room, and everyone's sort of got to listen to you. So you sort of have to step up if you're going to be the quarterback, and people have to respect you.
I don't want to say difficult situation, but I mean, it's obviously not normal when a sophomore is above two seniors who have started games, played games here. These guys are, been in the fire and on the real live football field. Is that a weird situation?
Yeah, it's super weird, but I look up to Tai and X so much, after everything I went through last year, just sitting out, watching them perform and everything they go through, they've been a ton of help just with everything. Every day we're talking about all the new stuff we're putting in, how we can make it better, what do we think needs to be fixed, and it's all three of us working together more as just one guy sort of going on his own. So it's sort of a three-man job, just with everything, splitting the reps and, getting me ready, getting him ready, whoever's out there.
So, I mean, you probably couldn't have pictured this as you were watching from the sidelines last year, but the prospect of starting against Notre Dame in Dublin, Ireland. I mean, have you pictured yourself in that? I mean, they say to visualize, right?
Of course, visualization, just visualize yourself in that game, but, we're taking it day by day, living in the moment, trying to improve what we can here.
And what do you think of the new offense? Do you like it? I know you've gotten a good taste of what it's all about, what Coach Chestnut has brought in here. Do you like what Navy's doing?
It's innovative, it's new, it's fast, it's traditional, but there's a lot of, different things, different parts to it. So I think it'll be fun to watch. I think it's exciting. I think we're going to move a lot faster this year.
Let's start with Teddy Gleaton. He's not out here. He's in summer school. Is that hurting him?
Of course. I mean, he's missing key reps. But, it is what it is. He'll get back out here and get to work. But for right now, I mean, this is definitely not a positive for him. So, but he understands it. He makes meetings when he can. And he's around when he can. But, it's definitely hurting him. But, again, we're getting back out here when the time comes.
Do you know roughly when you might get him?
No, I don't.
Okay. I mean, does that almost, prevent him from being the starter against Notre Dame, or do you think he will have opportunity to make up what he's missed?
This is the time right here. This camp is when you're building your football team. You're building your offense. Like Coach Chestnut said, building our brotherhood, okay, our togetherness. So not being here definitely hurts. So right. It's going to be hard.
So Blake is getting the reps with the number ones. What are you seeing out of Blake?
He's getting better and better every day. Sometimes you just got to believe what you see. He's running the option well. Obviously, he's an option quarterback in high school. He's throwing the football better. But his biggest thing is still making good decisions, being consistent. He'll make a really, really good play, and then he'll make a really, really bad play. So that'll come. Again, it's my job to get him ready to play. I know what's expected of me in that position to get those guys ready to play. So I'm going to do my job.
So coming out of spring ball, he was number 2 behind Teddy. What did you tell Blake he needed to work on to become a better quarterback, to have a chance to be the starter?
Well, man, just decision making, but also become a more effective thrower. We got to be able to throw the football. So and that's a huge key going into the season. So he's improved. He throws a very catchable ball. He's a little stronger. He can put more on the football now. So but again, it comes back to the decision making. And again, he'll make a great throw, but then he'll force one. So again, that's my job. I got to continue to coach him up and get those bad decisions out of him. And
so the fact that he ran option in high school, and I think we may have talked about this in spring, but I mean, does he look fairly natural running the option?
He is very natural. Again, he's been doing that for all of his life pretty much. Coached by a head coach that came to our clinics every year, learned our offense, learned the system.
So he ran a Navy style option.
Learned the footwork. So this is like riding a bike for him.
Right.
But again, it just comes down to him just taking care of the football, and again, making better decisions in the passing game.
So Tai, it looks like he's getting the number 2 reps. I mean, obviously coming back off of a serious knee injury, rehab, surgery, the whole 9. But he looks fairly good out there. He looks like he's moving fairly well.
He looks good. He had to lose some weight. He got up to around 240, somewhere around there. But again, he cared enough to go out and drop the weight. He's down to maybe in the teens now, moving well. And again, but his biggest deal is making better decisions. From an option standpoint, he's a good operator. He can read it. He can execute it. And again, he can get you 10 yards. He can make the good throw. But again, the decision making. So I think for him, going into the season, just being positive, having a leadership role. He's a senior now. He's played a lot of football for us, and he understands his role. And again, whoever the starter is come August 26th, we'll roll him out there, and then we'll have a strong backup and possibly a third guy.
So as far as the new elements of the offense, I mean, not being able to do spring ball, how much did that hurt Tai?
I mean, just he was there watching, trying to get middle reps. But again, it definitely put him back. But he came out, and again, Ty's a good football player. He's a good football player, and again, now he's not flashy, he's not going to outrun anybody, but the kid's smart, solid mechanically, throws a really good football, and he's smart. So he learned in the summer. We had some summer workouts. Those guys went out there and worked out, and we gave him things to work on, and again, he did a good job at that. And this fall camp, he's doing a pretty good job so far.
So it looked like the freshman number 5, Braxton, was getting a lot of reps out there during the 11-on-11 drills. What do you like about this young freshman that is leading you all to give him a long look?
Again, he very athletic kid. He has all the tools. Not just a matter of trying to point him in the right direction. Definitely was option quarterback in high school. I was surprised about how well he throws the football.
He had one down the sideline there. It was pretty nice throw.
Very, very strong arm. Very accurate. Again, he's young right now. And again, taking a lot of lumps. Again, but he's a little taller, a little gangly. But again, he's a deer in headlights right now. So, but he'll come along. But he has all the tools. And we're gonna work with that and get him better.
Well, that's why I noticed a couple times while watching some of these scrimmage situations, he looked a little tentative. He didn't make a quick decision.
Exactly.
And I saw you counseling him on that. You
exactly.
Make a read and go.
Like you say, it's not high school, man. Things move a lot faster.
Right.
Guys hit a lot harder, so you got to learn to get going. So again, the speed of the game is still fast for him right now. But the more and more he gets reps, he'll catch up to it.
Right, and then last but not least, Xavier. I mean, obviously he's in an odd situation. This guy started 2 Army-Navy games, started a lot of games, played a lot of football, and he's basically 4th on the depth chart or wherever he is. But looking up at, it's got to be odd for him. And I just talked to him about it.
But again, it's like Coach Newberry said, the position is wide open. Guys are getting reps, and guys look really good. My thing is this: look at the position right now. If you have 2 guys who played a lot of football, Tai and X. You got Blake who's coming along, learning a lot of football, and you got Teddy when he'll get back out here. The coverage is very full.
Right.
You have a lot of guys that can go out there and help us win football games. So X are not looking at himself that way. Again, it's a long football season. Guys can get, things can happen. He can be playing sooner than he thinks he is. So again, he's not. We're not put him on the cupboard. X is right there, but again, we just got to get those. Want to give Braxton a lot of reps, and he's been going in second huddle with Tai. Now I'll let Tai get most reps today, but that was just today.
Right,
so he's got a lot of reps, So again, wide open, we're working, we're gonna get there, and come August 26th, we're gonna roll our guys out there and get ready to play.